The skies of planet Inferno darkened as the Blood Dragon's mighty dragon ship Lindworm set its course into the orbit, only to clash with another Battle Brother squadron of the Salamander Brotherhood, both with the goal of recruiting the prototype forms of their kin located on the planet's surface, and to assimilate the planet's people to either join the Founder's cause or the alliance of the Human Defense Force. Before their battle could reach its peak, however, a violet rift ripped apart the space, destroying most of the battleships and causing the salamanders to crash land in the middle of a battle-worn country. Captain Ifrit saw himself face to face with Inferno's plague, the demons of Magor who came to invade the planet. With only a handful of men, he barely managed to defend their ship and defeat the terrible demon lord Lavion. Sending a signal to nearby towns, he discovered that others of his squadron managed to survive and made successful contact with the planet's citizens, teaming up with their militia to battle this otherworldly threat. While Captain Ifrit's troops marched towards the airport town of Geraldine, Brother Arglus Lex, Librarian and second-in-command, rallied the available prototype forms in the factory town of capital Nepthys. Alongside Lieutenant Turret and the Ashenbirds of Sister Io, the Battle Sisters of Sister Cassandra North set up a defensive formation against the incoming demon force. Meanwhile, violet rifts opened up all over Inferno's surface, the biggest of them classified as Core, located at the top of the Northern Mountains. From the rift classified as Beta, a small but deadly force of demons approached, led by the Volcano Lord Aurora Profondo and his clone, with the goal of breaking through the factory and securing a route towards capital Nepthys. As the demonic hordes approached the Nepthys factory, the humans set up 4 energy reactors to create a shield and power up their defensive systems. Controlling one of them will give the armies 2 points at the end of each round. At the beginning of the 4th round, all objectives will disappear and be replaced by a single generator in the middle of the battlefield, meaning that if it's a draw at this point, the game will conclude in a battle over the middle. So both armies must best gather as much points as possible before that. The salamanders begin, and Librarian Arglus Lex promptly fails to cast a shield spell, presumably due to the distortion of the demon rifts. He quickly pulls back and shoots at the approaching robot warriors, destroying only one in the process. The Demon Grenadiers go next and position themselves to shoot at the Ashenbirds, led by Sister Io and Lieutenant Turret. With a thunderous growl and the sound of splashing lava grenades, 2 of the brave women fall. The squad of young prototype brothers who have bonded quickly with their related comrades are enraged by this and return the fire, even the numbers by taking 2 lives as well. Intrigued to see the bloodbath unfold, Aurora Profondo moves forward into cover, followed by his first squad of demon angels. The human veteran squad moves into position to try and take out the grenadiers for good, but fail miserably, landing not a single shot. Meanwhile, the robot soldiers, only one bot short, move forward and aim at the 3 destroyer sisters, knowing their skills in close combat. They manage to land a single hit, which is but a scratch for these improved soldiers. Motivated and eager, the 10-man squad of prototype brothers decides to fire into the robots, ending what Brother Argless Lex has begun. Even the self-repair protocol does nothing to protect them to be reduced into burning scrap. The close combatants roar and move forward, taking cover and prepare to rush into the enemy lines. The humans securing the walls of the factory town spot and begin to fire on Lord Aurora Profondo, but the coverage of the ruins and the softness of the bullets does nothing against the cunning demon lord.
Pathetic.
He laughs while sending his clone forward, leading the second Demon Angel squad into position for the next attack. The Ashen Birds waste no time and position themselves onto the nearby generator. With his gravity pistol, Lieutenant Turret tries to take out the Grenadiers for good, but fails miserably. The Ashen Birds, however, take aim and with a ferocious war cry blast into the wings of the demonic angel Xenos, obliterating the entire squad except for their leader. The Lava Morphers take a defensive approach. Due to their liquid bodies, they are capable of changing into a stream of gooey lava, almost flying through the battlefield by squeezing through every small gap. Take this as my approach of explaining why a model without wings has the fly ability. Cassandra and her novitiates, however, march forward, taking a full offensive approach and continuing the attacks on the grenade combatants, while remaining just close enough to keep controlling the generator. First shoots Cassandra with a plasma pistol, turning the first of the 3 into particles of light. Her loyal sisters follow suit, and even though they miss most of their shots, it is enough to wipe out the Grenadiers for good. This is enough to enrage the second squad of close combatants to roar into battle, coming face to face with Sister Io and the Ashenbird squad, exchanging blows of inhumanly hot fists, energy swords and rifle bots. And what fearsome close combatants they are, dealing extra damage on block rolls of 1, annihilating 4 battle sisters at once. But the Ashenbirds have studied the close combat as well, landing almost all their attacks during their counterattack, wiping out every demon save for their leader, who dodges Sister Ios of all people's attacks swiftly. Out of fear, it seems. He fails his morale test and must flee. Last but not least, the final human unit, the Destroyer Sister, moves forward, to follow the example of their sisters in battle, trying to wipe out the second force of close combatants with their energy swords. Due to their devout ability, they land an additional hit, which fails. Despite this, 3 of the Xenos demons fall without glory. The remaining 2 strike back, and even manage to take down one of the sisters, and wounding a second one. Thus, a draw causes both units to fall back a little. The last demons not yet activated are the fireball combatants, who launch their fireballs into the huge pile of proto-brothers, successfully reducing 4 of the young men to little more than ashes. With that, the first round ends and both armies gain a total of 4 victory points. However, as the demons are struggling behind, they gain the advantage of the battle plan and blow up a bomb on an objective of their choice, dealing a total of D3 wounds immediately to anyone within 3 inches of it. Causing 2 more of the proto-brothers to die and reducing Brother Argla's legs to a single wound. This gruesome sight causes them to fail their morale test, and thus the young brothers, once so eager to fight, are taught a lesson of what war really means within seconds. They are now unable to hold the objective. The second round begins with an attack of Lord Profondo's clone, charging at the Ashenbird squad, giving them a taste of his power by stomping on the ground first and killing off the rest of Io's sisters with his slashing arm blades. This fight was devastating, and so despite all odds the squad leaders decide to strike back, but to no avail. They learn that this is the true power of a demon lord, and yet it wasn't even the original. Stewart manages to be the voice of reason. Their morale test succeeds, and the 2 remaining leaders fall back. Only a single scratch shows a sign of battle on Profondo's clone. Knowing that he has not much longer, and the clone is a threat to be dealt with quickly, Brother Argla's Lex uses up all of his casting points to cast the spell Lightning Fog, with a bonus on his roll. This proved to be unnecessary, as his overwhelming will granted him a perfect roll. However, all of the attacks landed bounced off the target as if it was nothing. Only a single shot of his gun can deal a wound. Meanwhile, the remaining close combatants climb over the generator and jump onto the human veterans, sinking their claws and teeth into their armor down to their flesh, causing 3 more men to bleed out. The survivors strike back, but to no avail. They must retreat but keep their morale up. Before they get any done, my dears, the 10-man squad of human infantry blasts into the fireball combatants. However, it is only enough to take down 2 of them. The lava morphers turn into lava goo once more, to move through the building and end up in range to shoot the remaining destroyer sisters with their own body mass. But the hot gooey mass can only scratch the armor of these mighty women. The novitiates just slightly reposition themselves to fire on Aurora Profondo's clone, with Sister Cassandra's plasma pistol failing once again, and every single hit of her novitiates being ineffective against the clone's armor.
That all you got?
The fireball throwers activate next, get into cover, and aim at the destroyer sisters. Weakened by the goo of the morphers, the armor of the second last sister breaks and she gets burned to crisp. This gruesome sight does not hurt the morale of her sister, however, and she is now eager for revenge. The proto-brothers, who have not lost their morale yet, reposition just slightly to stay in range of the generator, knowing fully well it could explode again. They can take a shot at the fireball throwers even though they are protected by the generator's wall, which does nothing, however, as the blaster lasers and grenades wipe them out for good, adding them to the pile of dead demonic xeno filth. But with a grin on his face, Aurora Profondo has had enough, wanting a taste of the battle himself. With his mighty rapid charge aura, which I surely have not forgotten all the way up to this point, he leads his remaining angels right behind the human lines and strikes into their backs.
The power of Magor is with me.
His angels attack first, slashing through the novitiates. Before Profondo continues their slaughter, however, he takes no chance and uses his flaming gauntlets to put an end to Brother Argra's legs. Which, now that I think about it, is probably an illegal move, as only ranged weapons can divide their attacks. But we ignore that for this one time, shall we? His mighty stomp puts an end to another novitiate's sister. Devastated but not defeated by their loss, Sister Cassandra returns the favor. However, their performance in battle cannot mask how much this caught them off guard. Now faced with two of the same kind of demon lords, only two demon angels fall to the chain blade and energy swords of Sister Cassandra and Sister Sheva. They pass their morale test, however, and press onwards. They still hold onto the objective, making it not controlled by either army. Sister Io joins her sisters in battle, followed closely by Lieutenant Turret. But this time, she does not let emotions get the better of herself, and instead of charging into the enemy, they hold the position and shoot on Profondo's clone again. But he refuses to take wounds by their attacks and decides to join the battle as well. But not the melee either, no! He hides behind Sister Io, taunting her and shooting a round of magma bolts right into the novitiates, peeling off their flesh, leaving only Sister Cassandra and Sister Sheva on the battlefield. Even so, they hold their morale up and pass the test again. The belief in humanity and their strong will keep them sane. Now, only the units that are shaken are left to move, as well as the human veteran squad and the remaining destroyer sister. The first ones stop being shaken. The human veterans fall back into the objective range, and the destroyer sisters moving forward, taking control of another objective, bringing the second round to a bloody end for both sides. The humans control two objectives, while one remains fully uncontested, and the last one is fought over but controlled by neither army, meaning that the demons are still behind and able to activate a second bomb. They decide to go for the last remaining destroyer sister and successfully putting an end to her. The human infantry leaves the protecting fort walls and without charging anyone positions in front of the objective, ensuring control and shooting everything they got into Aurora Profondo's clone. They land a promising amount of hits, yet it is not enough to bring him down. The close combatants rush to the objective, holding it and being hidden from the Proto-Brothers, unable to be shot and too far away to be charged at. And now, Sister Io and Lieutenant Turret are face to face with the weakened clone of Lord Profondo. Charging him from both sides, Turret lands two perfect hits, staggering him against the generator, and Sister Io finishing the job with a stab right through his heart, turning the clone into a mess of ash and lava goo.
Not bad, human, but don't celebrate too early.
Shouts the original Demon Lord, ordering the lava morphers to rush forward through the walls and shoot at the sister novitiates' back. But through a miracle, none of the attacks managed to hit Sister Cassandra or Sister Sheva. With a clear line of sight to the last remaining close combatant, the Proto-Brothers continued to hold the position and blast him away, thus removing the safest option to hold a generator in the enemy lines, forcing Aurora Profondo, who now realizes his mistake and his overconfident decision, to fall back behind the very ruins he hid behind at the start of the battle. holding the objective himself. And even though the demons manage to hold 2 objectives, so do the humans. And at the beginning of the 4th turn, all generators except for a single new one in the center of the battlefield retire, making it impossible for the demons to stop the shield generator from activating now. Aurora Profondo and his remaining survivors choose to retreat. For now, the humans and salamanders have won, but this was just a small force of a small rift. The Demon Lord chuckles as he flies. Reinforcements are sure to come, and in big numbers soon.